Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you an update. This is the 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air. We've been performing a total ground up or frame off rotisserie restoration on. In our previous video on this Bel Air, we shared with you the air conditioning unit that was being dry fitted in and a lot of wiring that was happening and steering column and all that kind of fun stuff. So now that we have the car up on the hoist, I think it's a great opportunity to share with you what it looks like underneath and the progress that we're making. Because in a couple of other videos previously we talked about like the gas tank and straps and the detail work. So now you can see as the car is coming together, you can see how clean and how nice things are beginning to look or continuing to look on this restoration. So we have basically pretty much all new metal in the body if you've been following our previous videos. So we have a new spare tire section, complete new trunk, and lots of suspension cleaning and upgrades. So now you can see what the fuel tank looks like. We've got the gray two-part epoxy, which is sealing or protecting the fuel tank itself, and then the straps, we've painted them with the correct black paint. You can see it's probably, see in the video, it's quite dusty, but small little details. We upgraded this gas tank with the brass drain plug. It's on a taper, so you'll be able to drain the fuel. So we have a nice brass fitting here, and then all new hardware fastening the tank. And then something the camera can probably pick up is it's very important that we have a rubber insulator that goes between the gas tank and the strap. So you can see part of it up here. I believe the camera can pick it up. So we put nice rubber strap for both of them that goes in between the gray tank and the steel. So there's a little bit of padding and insulation because we don't want metal against metal and vibrating over time. So you can see now how nice the rear diff looks other than all the dust we have. How clean that is with the two-part black epoxy. You can see the back of the brakes. We have everything new. We haven't run the lines yet, but you can see the back of the wheel cylinder, and everything is new and redone. We have our new shocks. And then as you come towards the back here, where I'm kind of pointing, you can see we've got our all new body mounts and hardware that's fastening the frame to the actual body. And then as we come over to this side, obviously the same kind of appearance. We've got the nice frame. We have the new shocks and bumpers and all that kind of fun stuff. So now as we come a little more forward on the vehicle, you can see we've just started to lay out. So there's lots going on here now. We have the new parking brake cables that go from the rear drum, and then there's a center cable that's going to line up. So we're just dry fitting that. You can see once again the detail with the floor being completely redone and sealed. Once again you can see the correct hardware fastening the body to the frame in the original factory points. You can see a little bit shinier chassis than it normally did have from the factory. But this is something that we like to do because everything is protected with a two-part epoxy and then a seam sealer. So this all looks quite nice. And then if we come to the outside rail, coming down the sides, you'll see we've got the all new rocker panels and hardware and mounts and outriggers and hardware. So essentially this 56 Bel Air is just like brand new, completely underneath, as well as the outside of the car. And then you can see the guys now are just starting to work with our copper line. They'll be running all new line for the fuel going from the rebuilt engine all the way to the gas tank. So we just have this spool ready here. You can see the detail once again underneath. It's factory correct in terms of coloring. We just have a rag on the end of that seal for the transmission so we don't have any fluid leaking. We have the correct color, and then you can see from underneath the engine looks quite nice. It's painted correctly. We have all new mounts, and then as we come forward you can see the steering. We have all new components for steering fittings and tie rods, ball joints, and then we've done the disc brake conversion kit which there might be some glaring there, but we've got the upgraded cross-drilled and rotors, and then we have obviously the upgraded pistons and calipers. So the disc brake conversion kit on the front and being power will make this a lot more comfortable and safer for a client to drive. So it's basically just a review of what the chassis looks underneath. It's a substantial amount of work, but as you get going, you can appreciate when things start coming together like this with the contrast of the transmission, the engine colors, and then all new hardware. So looks pretty smart. One of the many cars we're working on here. So this is the bottom side of the chassis of the 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air. I thank you very much for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.